The theme for our meeting tonight is success. And if there's anything I can think about that every one of us will want to identify or desire is success. Be it success in our home, in our relationship with our spouses, with our children, with our friends, and even our colleagues. Or success maybe in our career, business, or personal life. Each of these matters to us. And if we must truly succeed, there is also things that we need to do. There are ingredients like attitude, character, values. There are also things like helping others to find their own success. When I check through all we have done in the past and doing now, I have always seen our successes never came through without one another contributing, helping the other. And I want to believe tonight as we gather together, we'll be able to be there for one another. And our success will never complete when we have not made another one successful. So tonight, I have no other way to sum it than to borrow the word of Benjamin Franklin. Without continual growth and progress, such words as improvement, achievement, and success have no meaning. I want to believe that tonight, as we come together, we will continue to grow, to progress, and also to reach out to others. For us to have a beautiful meeting, a meeting that at the end will be successful, a meeting that at the end we will learn one thing or the other, we have a team of professionals who will help us to guide this meeting to a successful end. And we have a general evaluator who is no other person than our immediate past secretary and sergeant at arms, and currently our VP education, that is in the person of Jorge Alba. Please take it from there.
Thank you very much, Mr. Toastmasters. It's a pleasure to be here tonight. Good evening, everybody. So as a general evaluator, my main function is to pay attention to everything that is happening at this meeting tonight, and also to everything that is not happening at the meeting. So I will be looking for every single presentation, every single participant, making sure that we meet the program as per the schedule, the organization, the delivery, the enthusiasm, the observation and performance of duties of every participant and officer is what we expect for everybody. But I'm not here alone. I have actually a great group of people supporting me on this function. First of all, I'm going to introduce our grammarian, which is one of our guests too, Asam Sayed. Asam, I'll let you introduce yourself, please.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. I'm your grammarian today. My job as a grammarian is twofold. One is to give word of the day, which is synergy. Synergy is a mutual advantageous conjunction or compatibility of distinct business or elements, such as resources or efforts. So when two people are working together, how they can find synergy between their work. So that is word of the day. Other than that, I will also be looking for how we are using grammar, how our language that we are using here in this meeting. So I'll be watching throughout to pick some things and hopefully leave you guys with something that we can work on as we move forward. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you, Asam. Appreciate your help tonight. And second, helping us tonight is Ben. He will be our counter.
Good evening, Mr. Toastmaster. And as an hour counter, I will be, the role is to note the use of words and sounds used as crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks during the meeting. Words may be inappropriate interjections such as and, wells, but, so, and sounds may be like or other non-words used by the speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Alcanter. And third, and not less important, taking a triple role tonight as a presiding officer, timer, and ballot counter, we have our president, Akim.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Good evening, everyone. I believe for the speeches that we have tonight, they are each 5 to 7 minutes. Let me just check again to be double sure.
The first speaker will be 4 to 6
4
minutes.
to 6, yes, that's right. See that now? And then the third speaker is gonna be Mr. Avi. How long is your speech gonna take, Mr. Avi?
I'll try to make it up till 5, but yeah, 5 to 7 minutes is my bracket.
Okay, 5 to 7 minutes, very good. So whether it's 4 to 6 minutes or 5 to 7 minutes, if it's 4 to 6 minutes, at 4 minutes, you will see the green light. At 5 minutes, you will see the yellow light. And at 6 minutes, you will see the red light. Very similar to 5 to 7, 5, 6, and 7. For the table topics, it's going to be 1 to 2 minutes. And at 1 minute, you will see a green light. 1.5 minutes, you see yellow. And then at 2 minutes, you see red. For the evaluation, at 2 minutes, you see green. At 2.5 minutes, you see yellow. And at 3 minutes, you see red. Please help us to stay on track tonight by sticking to the time limit. But after red, nobody is going to stop you, just so you know. Thank you all so very much for this privilege of being the timer. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Akim. So with that, Mr. Storemaster, I have to report that the evaluation team is ready for the meeting, and I will be providing my full report at the end of the meeting. Thank you very much, and we'll be looking forward to have a very successful and full of synergy meeting tonight.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. I just want to understand that the agenda is being a little bit changed, that the second speaker will no longer be speaking tonight. So there will also be no need for an evaluator for second speaker. So for our meeting tonight, we have lined up seasoned speakers. And I just want you to relax and be happy that you're here. And our first speaker tonight is Jessica Sun. Jessica is a mother of 2 girls. One just graduated from college. The other one will be a junior in college. She works at Hargrove Engineers and Constructors as project manager. She is originally from China, moved to Canada 20 years ago, moved to Houston 8 years ago. She joined our club 5 years ago. Tonight, she is doing the icebreaker speech for her second part, leadership development. The title of the speech is Rubber Ball and Glass Ball. Jessica Sun, Rubber Ball and Glass Ball.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, for the introduction. Long time ago, my husband and I were laid off within 3 months back in Toronto, Canada. At that time, we had 2 little girls to raise. We just purchased a new house and a new car. We had a lot of mortgage to pay off. I was really upset. I thought that's the end of the world. Then my husband told me the story of 5 balls. Imagine life as a game in which you are juggling 5 balls in the air. You name them: work, family, friends, health, and spirit. And you are keeping all of these balls in the air. You will soon discover that work is a rubber ball. If you drop it, it will bounce back. The other 4 were family, friends, spirit, and health. They are made of glass. If you drop it, it will be scuffed, nicked, marked, damaged, or even scattered. It will be never the same again. You must understand that and strive for the balance of your life. At that time, I didn't fully understand the meaning of the story, but one thing I got is work is a rubber ball. If I drop it, it will bounce back. So I worked really hard to look for a new job. Within 3 months, I found one with a higher pay and a better suit to my background. I'm so happy. I worked really hard for the company because I don't want to lose it again. And I'm also juggling with my family and my kids' needs. 8 years later, I was burned out. I had a big surgery and I was really sick for some time. And I remember the story of these 5 balls. And I realized that I focused too much on my work, my family, and I forgot to take good care of myself. It took me a while to recover. My glass ball didn't get scattered, but I'm not the same healthy person anymore. Then I moved from Toronto to Houston. It took me 3 years to find a professional job. At first, I thought this rubber ball will never bounce back. I was wrong. I had so much support from my family, my friends, my mentors. I became a project engineer in the EPC company, completely different industry from my past experience. And now I'm still work there. And now I learn my lessons. I work really hard to maintain a life-work balance. If the project require, I will work some overtime, but I also learn to delegate work to some others. And we can create some synergy too. And also, since my kids are grown up, I spend more time on myself. I do a lot of stuff in my spare time. I do a lot of gardening, exercise daily, walk my dog, for example, dance with my friends, singing in the choir, and then learn about nutrition and health and all those stuff. And last but not least is to do Bible study with my church group. All this activity helped me to keep the 5 balls up in the air. So now a question back to you. How do you manage your life-work balance? Did you learn the similar lessons from your life? If you haven't, don't wait until one of the glass ball get damaged. You must understand that and strive for the balance in your life. Thank you. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Jessica. It is a speech that every one of us here can relate to. And I believe we all, from this speech, will reinforce the need for us to balance between the rubber ball and the glass ball. And if anything need to be in danger, we can always protect the glass ball. Fellow Toastmasters, we take 1 minute to give Jessica feedback on our speech. Mr. Timer, can you give us 1 minute?
One minute.
Thank you, Mr. Timer. We'll be taking the third speech in our program, in our agenda. And for our third speech tonight, like I did tell us, we have lined up our best for tonight. The third speaker is Abhishek Roy. I will end there. I won't take the next lane. Avi has been an active member of Southwest Project Management Toastmasters Club from day of joining since 2019. He was Southwest Project Management Toastmasters President from 2020 to 2021. D56 Division Director, 2021 to 2022. Currently, Avi is serving as PMI Houston Director of Technology. Today, his speech is a bit different, casual, and he considered as light-hearted. And the title of his speech is A Tale of Two Stories. Avi, A Tale of Two Stories. Over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, good evening. Last 2 years was really crazy for all of us. And many of us took a little detour in doing things the way we used to do actually. End of the day, it's again a reminder that we all are humans. And as humans, we have emotions. Some kind of motivation is needed to drive those emotions. So my question to you is, what is the source of your motivation? Heroic stories, real life events, historical failures, and let's say success also, right? But how many times have you heard motivational lesson learned from corporate world, from the Fortune 500s and the strategic failures. Well, from there, we can learn something and create motivation. And if you're looking for something like that, well, you are in the right place right now. Here are some industry missteps that we all can learn something from. And I want to put a disclaimer here. This is actually a light-hearted, casual, short speech. Many of you already know the sequence. Many of you know what happened, what did not happen. If you do, please send me a feedback how I did and what I can improve through chat. But if you do not know this, then this is something we all can learn from. So please sit back and enjoy. Here we go. The tale of two stories. Story number one, Yahoo refused to buy Google. Story number two, Nokia refused to buy Android. We all know what happened to Google. We all know what happened to Android. So what is the moral of the story here? Update yourself with time. Else, you and your skills will become obsolete. Taking no risk is actually the biggest risk. Take risk and adopt to new technologies so you can be up there with other industry leaders. All right, two more stories. Google acquired YouTube and Android. And Facebook acquired Instagram and WhatsApp. What's the moral of the story here? Become so powerful that your enemies actually become your allies. Grow fast, become big, and then eliminate all the competition that you have around. All right, two more stories. And this is not like a corporate event. This is more of a human story. Barack Obama, you know what was his first job? An ice cream seller. And Elon Musk was a worker in lumber mill. What is the moral of the story here? Don't judge a person based on their past job. Your present doesn't decide your future. Your courage and your hard work actually does. I did not know about this story, Obama and Elon Musk. I wonder what their managers or employer think of them right now. Okay, two more stories. Colonel Sanders created KFC at the age of 65. We all like KFC if you are a non-veg. And Jack Ma, who was actually rejected by KFC, went ahead and opened or founded Alibaba. Many of you don't know what Alibaba is. It's a world level Amazon. They sell stuff worldwide, and not only sell stuff, they have a lot of things going on right now. Okay, so what's the moral of the story here? Age is just a number. You can be successful at any age. Never give up. And again, I mean it, never give up. Only those who never give up actually go ahead and win. Final two stories. Ferrari, everybody know about Ferrari, right? Ferrari went ahead and insulted a buyer, and that buyer was actually a tractor maker. That tractor maker felt so insulted, he went ahead and started Lamborghini. I'm sure you know what Lamborghini and Ferrari is. Well, the moral of the story here is never underestimate or disrespect anyone. And success is the best revenge. Now we heard a lot of stories and moral of their stories. So what is the moral of everything here? Simple. You can be successful at any age and from any background. Dream big. Set goals and work hard towards them. Bottom line is never never ever give up, because if you do, you're no more in the race. Thank you, and back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Avi. Like I said before, we lined up our best. I couldn't have gotten all this in any graduate school at a cheap and as free as it is. Thank you so much. And it's also another speech which all of us can relate with. A lot of learning, a lot of lessons. I will ask that we take 1 minute to give Avi feedback. Mr. Timer, 1 minute.
One minute.
Thank you so much, Mr. Timer. Today, our meeting is segmented into 3. We always call it PI: prepared speeches, impromptu speeches, and evaluation. As of this time, we have been able to conclude our prepared speech, which we had Avi and Jessica. Mr. Timer, did both of them qualify?
Yeah, Mr. Toastmaster, they both qualified.
Are we ready to cast our vote?
Yeah, but the polls, I don't know. Oh, hey, can you check the polls tab on your computer? Because I know you logged in with the admin stuff. Can you check if you have access to the poll? Because I don't.
Yes. You want me to give you you should have a admin.
No, I have the polls tab, but it said you are logged in from another device, which is you.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, I can create it. I have it here.
Okay, go ahead.
Best speaker. Okay, so let me just edit the poll for best speaker. Oh, it's
If
kicking me out.
it's
Okay.
not ready, probably we could give you time to set it up while we go to the next item in the agenda. Would that be okay with you?
Okay, I was. If you give me 2 minutes, it should be ready in 1 minute. Because it's only 2 speakers, so I can.
Yes.
I can set it up in no time.
Jessica and Abby. That's it.
Yeah, just give me 1 second. I think I got it. No. Okay, so let me send it. Oh, I need to save it now. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, we got it. I'm launching it right now. Did everybody vote now?
Yeah, it's going to be everybody except you, me, and Avi.
Okay. You want to send me your vote? Okay, I think I got all the votes then. Got all the votes, Mr. Toastmaster.
Okay, thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Going forward, we are taking the second I of our meeting tonight, and which is the I, and that's the impromptu speech. Tonight, we have no other person that is anchoring our table topic tonight other than our Sergeant at Arms, Christina.
Good evening, members and fellow guests. Table topics help members practice the art of improv, and also helps us think on our feet. This helps us develop 4 vital communication skills, such as thinking, listening, organizing, and delivering. The table topics that I have prepared for you will hopefully help all of us become better at improv. Since we started, hopefully everyone can participate in these questions that I have prepared for you. So who would like to be the first volunteer? Anyone?
Sure, I could go.
All right. Well, synergy. Synergy is the interaction and cooperation of 2 or more organizations to produce a combined greater effect than the sum of separate effects. So my question to you is what is the importance of synergy in teamwork?
Okay, so as you said, synergy is when the 2 groups work together to create a bigger accomplishment than if working alone. So in teamwork, it works as synergy is if you have better synergy as teammates, you will accomplish your goal either quicker than, or you will accomplish more goals than doing it alone. Or another example would be like if you in teamwork, if you were to have 2 teams of building 2 different items, and if you were to separate them, then they have no communication between each other, then they may build something that will not attach together correctly, or they may not work together correctly, which will allow you to lose time and with materials and resources. But if you had 2 teams working together, and then they will be able to complete the task quicker and make probably a more optimized or a better solution than what you had.
Wow, very good. Thank you very much. So is there anybody else who would like to volunteer?
I'll go.
All right. So my question to you is, how do you promote synergy in the workplace?
Oh, what a fantastic question. How do I promote synergy in my work environment among my teammates? It is such an important question, and it is so important. I think the way to get it is, and you've said it in past, listening. And I will take it a step forward, listening and understanding and empathizing with that other person. Once you know that somebody has attention, somebody is paying attention to you, somebody is putting that effort to listen to you, understand you, there is no other way for them but to respond in kind. We are creatures that by imitation, we do respond in kind and respond more. So when you are listening to the other person in your team and your work, and you're giving them that respect and you're showing them that you're trying to understand them and empathize with them, they will respond. And that will create this mutual friendship, I would like to call, even though it's work culture and friendship might not be the right word, but it creates that synergic environment, or this environment where you can synergize to produce the results that my fellow guest Zohair talked about. When two people work together, what happens? So I believe that is how you promote just by yourself when you are working with others. Synergies, how you bring best synergies, best work culture out of everybody. Thank you, Madam Table Topics Master.
Very nice, thank you. Do we have time for several more questions? All right, who would like to? Soma, would you like to answer one question?
Yes, I would try.
All
Surely.
right, yes, you can do this. How can you build synergy on a project team?
Okay, so as you said, with the definition of synergy, what I understand that when couple of people or maybe more than one people work together to work together synergically, then the outcome the outcome will be much better. That's the way we should define synergy, because when like two people are working together and then they are creating something which is productive. So in project management, I with my experience, whatever I have seen, that if we can divide our work, or at least when we'll be working when we are like designing our project, at that time if we can sort out who will do what part, and then if we focus on our particular part, the part that we have designated, if we work dedicatedly, then if we communicate with each other transparently, if anybody is having any issue, or maybe sometimes some people might not have some sorts of skill, maybe another team member might have that particular skill. So this is in a project, if we think about a project with an exchange, instead of just doing our own part, obviously we will be doing our own part, but if we also create an environment of exchange and collaboration and transparent communication, then I think synergy will come to the project. And this will be, in this way we can reflect synergy in our project team and in our work environment. I'm not sure whether I've been able to explain properly, but I think with proper exchange, collaboration, and transparent communication and good work ethics can bring synergy in our work environment. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you very much for answering this question.
You're most welcome.
Mr. Timer, are we good on time?
By the way, that was a very good question. It was a little challenging, but yeah, I really enjoyed it.
You did very well.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think right now we're at 7:20, which per our agenda should be the end of the table topics.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for answering my questions. Back to you, Toastmaster.
You're on mute. You are on mute.
Sorry about that. Thank you so much, Madam Table Topic Master. We had 3 people that responded to the questions. Mr. Timer, did they qualify?
Yes, sir. The 3 of them qualified.
Thank you. Mr. Ballot Master,
Mhm.
can we cast the vote at this time?
Yes, sir, but for some reason it's sending me back to the. Oh. Yes, let me prepare the poll in a second because it's sending back to the all poll. I don't know why. Let me edit this one.
Okay.
Give
So
me-
as
I'll
part
prepare
of
in a minute.
synergy, while Mr. Ballot counter will be preparing it, maybe we will also take this time. There is a new item we have introduced in our agenda, which at this time is the question and answer for speakers. I think being a new item, I want to leave it for our presiding officer, the president of our club, probably to show us how to handle this.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. And it's quite simple. It's just if anyone have any question for the speaker or they have any question at all, we just decided to have this 5-minute period for that to happen because we realized that when we finish at the back end, there's usually not time for people to ask any question that they may have. And you might have listened to Jessica and Abby's speeches. Maybe something just caught your attention and you really would like clarification, you could ask now, or maybe it's just a general question, maybe because you are new to the club. So the floor is open to anybody and to everyone and everybody. Any taker?
I do have a question for Abby.
Go.
How did you find about the first jobs that Elon Musk and President Obama had in their life?
I was reading a book and then they listed out like the first jobs. I'll share that book with you. And it was fascinating, like the people who we know today, where they are. But then when they started their first job, it was really way different than what they are doing today. So it's a very like eye-opener for me. We think like, okay, Obama from school, maybe he will be doing politics and all that, thing. Even Elon Musk will be doing robotics all day long. But in reality, that's not always true. People have their first job completely different than what they do today. And that is the most, I would say, lesson learned moment for them where they are today.
Thank you.
Okay. Maybe I have a question for Jessica. Jessica, thank you for your speech. It's something that I will have to watch over and over again. One thing I want to ask you, maybe for our benefit, having been there, what now would be a kind of a prompter that you will have to give to someone who may not, whose line between the balance of the rubber ball and the glass ball is not very clear to as to know when the lines are being crossed?
If you work 60 hours a week, there's a clear line that you work too hard. Yeah. And I think, like, I don't know, since I'm a mother, I don't know if it's fair to say to the fathers that I tend to always try to fulfill my kids' requirement. I'm the one driving them around to take them to different classes. I'm the one who cook for them. I'm not saying my husband is not doing anything, but at that time he was working quite far away from home. So he has a very long commute. But with all this, that I tend to forget about myself. Like if I learn, if I am as smart as I am now, I may not actually do everything for them and forgot myself. I think one time I heard somebody talking about like she will be shutting down and do exercise and dedicate that 1 hour for exercise. I think that's very, very important to some of the mothers that you need to take good care of yourself first before you think about others, because if you are sick, then you won't be able to. Yeah. Thank you for the question though.
Thank you
Mr.
so much, Jessica.
Mr.
Kaiser, do
Toastmaster,
we have time?
I got the table topic speakers survey ready if you want to launch that.
Okay, you can go ahead and project the ballot.
Okay, we got all the votes, so I'm going to end the poll.
Okay, thank you. This concludes the next letter in our pie. We've done the prepared, we've done the impromptu. Now is the third letter in the pie, which is the E, and that's for evaluation. At this time, I would like to turn it over to the general evaluator, who will take it from there.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Toastmaster. So the first evaluator that will be evaluating Jessica is Jorge Alba, myself. So I am ready to start the evaluation. Jessica, good evening. When I learned that, read the agenda and read that you were going to be doing a speech, I was looking so much forward to attend your speech because you always have those unique topics, unique and very interesting topics. So I said, not only I need to attend that speech, but probably to be the evaluator, because I know it's going to be a great way to pay a lot of attention to what you have to say. So I am going to use one of our favorite ways to do our evaluations, which is with content, connection, and delivery. Content, as I mentioned before, you always choose those unique topics, and this was excellent. Excellent because it was very personal, but at the same time, it was a topic that we all identified, that we all in the meeting have been at that situation one time or another. I was looking very closely at everybody's faces, every single face, and everybody just was glued to the screen looking at your topic. It couldn't be a better topic, and it couldn't be a better way to use synergy between the topic and the pegs that you use with the glass and the rubber balls. As I mentioned before, everybody was connected to you from the very first sentence that you said. You made it a very general introduction, but right away you made it also very personal, and you grabbed the attention of the audience immediately. Everybody was so focused on what you were saying that you could, I mean, if we have been in the same room, you could hear the drop of a pin because everybody was quiet and focused on and connected to you. I saw that the way you use the camera to look, or to your eyes to look into the camera, basically was very powerful. And definitely you have connection with your audience. The way you deliver was excellent, was very clear. You use the proper English language all the time. You pace appropriately during your presentation. You took breathing pauses that actually gave a lot of power to your presentation. And again, I think the way you use those specs was excellent with the rubber ball and the glass ball, and the way you kind of throw them up in the air was incredible. The only thing that I will have changed, and maybe if you have practiced a little bit with the camera, was your background, because I think your background with the color of the balls, especially the glass ball, was very hard to see. And I suppose that the ball was up and down, but it was kind of disappearing on the screen. So I will have just practiced a little bit with the camera, but other than that, I think you had an outstanding speech. Thank you very much, Jessica.
Thank you. Thanks.
Mr. Toastmaster, the next evaluator for tonight will be Susan. Susan will be evaluating Abby. Susan, the floor is yours.
Avi, you are a lead in doing things differently. You choose to do your speech as a comparison of two different stories to drive your point. It is definitely refreshing. In order to build a good synergy between you as a speaker and me as your evaluator, I would like to evaluate Avi's speech with the following structure: commend, recommend, and commend. First of all, what I like about his speech. I love the way that you ask, what is the source of your motivation in the beginning? You immediately connect with the audience to think about this question for themselves. Another thing is, I love how you find two different things to compare, and from there come up with an appropriate moral story. I imagine that this is part of your normal life, always finding and analyzing how and why things are the way they are and why are they important to you. Another thing I like is that you mentioned repeatedly, never give up. That seems to be the underlying theme of your speech. One other thing that I like is the casual style that you are using makes the audience feel like they are chatting with you at your living room with a cup of coffee or tea, relaxing. I love that because that really is make it very friendly. Now comes to the recommend. You mentioned you all know about the story of Yahoo and Nokia, or I'm sure you know what Ferrari and Lamborghini are. We want to be careful with assumption, even though it might seem obvious to you. You can always find someone in your audience that has no clue what you have mentioned. Therefore, you might want to say instead, in case of Yahoo and Nokia, and then briefly state the fact in one sentence, then drive to the point. Because that might help the audience to who really doesn't know what happened to Yahoo or Nokia will have an idea. Okay, that's what's going on. The other command is that, again, you emphasize the fact to never give up, because if you do, you are never in the race. I always love your creativity and the spirit of innovation, and I look forward to your next fabulous speech. Thank you, Abby.
I think you're speaking on mute.
Mr.
Yeah,
Toastmaster.
you're on mute.
Sorry about that. Yeah, so that concludes the speech evaluations. So I guess we can start now with our evaluation, with the general evaluation report. So I'm going to call our grammarian to provide us the grammarian report.
Thank you, Mr.
Mr. General Evaluator, is it possible to check on the best evaluator?
Yes, it's ready to go. Let me send the poll.
Mr. Timer, did both of them qualify?
Yes, sir. They both qualified.
All right, so everybody vote. All right, so now I guess we can proceed with the report from the grammarian.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. A very good use of English language in this speech, and very good use of the word synergy. So I have noted pretty much everybody using it at least once, especially in the table topics where the questions framing synergy as the word around which the questions were asked. It gave opportunity for the members to use that word over and over again. As I noticed both speakers using it in the evaluation, it was used. Even our presiding officer used that word when linking things. So overall, very good use of word. Now, in terms of language, I have a long list, but I'm going to highlight two that really caught my attention and really liked it. One is taking no risk is the biggest risk, as well as success is the biggest revenge. These two phrases that were used by Avi in his speech, I think you could plaster it on your wall and live by those mantras. So there you have it, Mr. General Evaluator. Back to you.
Thank you very much. Now I'll pass the baton to our R counter. Ben, if you can provide us with the R counter report, please.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. I think I'll tend to agree with the Toastmaster that we chose or we lined up the best because neither of them had any filler words. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Sorry, I mute myself. I don't know how I mute myself. Next in our report will be our timer report. Akin, please.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. For the main speeches, Jessica, 5 minutes, 31 seconds. Avi, 6 minutes, 14 seconds. For table topic, Zoer, 1 minute and 5 seconds. Syed, 1 minute and 32 seconds. Soma, 2 minutes and 19 seconds. Evaluators, Ohe, 3 minutes and 8 seconds. Susan, 3 minutes and 7 seconds. That is my report. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Mr. Timer. And finally, to conclude the evaluations, I'll be providing my general evaluator report. So I believe we have had a very successful meeting tonight. We start and the meeting was ready on time. The logging into the web page or into the Zoom meeting was available 10 minutes before 6 p.m. All the guests were welcome on arrival. And the only thing that I noticed is that we didn't inform the guests, especially the ones that were attending for the first time, on the meeting format. So we probably have to fix that for next time. In terms of the meeting opening, our presiding officer was prepared and organized. And the meeting started right sharp at 6:30, which is always what we always do. And everybody was properly introduced, and we gave the opportunity to our guests to introduce themselves. The Toastmasters mention all the roles before his presentation. And he introduced both the general evaluator and gave the opportunity for the general evaluator to introduce all the evaluation team. The grammarian was prepared, even though we selected him at the very last minute, but he got ready to go with the word of the day. He properly introduced the word of the day and give the definition, which was synergy, and was properly used by many of the participants in the meeting. Same with the timer that was properly prepared, and the out counter. I guess we have a little bit of a gap in the ballot counter that wasn't working properly. That was my fault. We'll fix it for next time. And the topic master was also very well prepared. Christina came with very interesting topics, and she used the word of the day actually to make very interesting questions, and we have 3 participants. So altogether, I will say that we have a very proper meeting and that we satisfies all the requirements from Toastmaster International. Thank you very much, Mr. Toastmasters, and I'll pass the control back to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. General Evaluator. What a beautiful meeting. I just want to thank everyone for being here. As your Toastmaster, I do not take it for granted that you came and you participated in the meeting. A couple of times we asked for volunteer. You readily stepped in. That is what a team is. And that is what synergy brings about. And what the result, success. And I believe tonight we've all had a successful meeting. This time, I would like to turn it back to our president, Akin Oni.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, and our immediate past president. Fellow Toastmaster members and guests, what a meeting we had tonight. And I really appreciate the incredible efforts of everybody, the speakers, the functionaries, the guests. Thank you all so very much. Very specially, I'd like to thank our sponsor, Project Management Institute, Houston, for continuing to sponsor our club. And what that should mean to you, guests, is that if you are a PMP and you are looking for PDU, your attendance at the meeting tonight qualifies you for 1 PDU. If you want more information regarding how that works, please reach out to us, and we'll be glad to put you through how to make sure you're able to get credit in your PDU journey this run, because you came tonight. Now, next item I've got here before I wrap in, so I know we've got decent times, is to go back to our guests and ask for their response. And I'm gonna start from the rear. I'm gonna start with Soma. Soma, can you please unmute yourself and give us an idea of how you feel about this meeting tonight? Over to you, Soma. Please unmute yourself. You're still on mute. Okay, while Soma is working on audio, I'm going to go to Zoer. Zoer,
Oh, sorry.
can you? Okay.
Sorry, can you?
Okay, so
This
yeah, we
one
can
was
hear you
up.
now. We
Okay.
can hear you now. Okay, sorry, Zoer. Zoer, just be ready. Soma, over to you.
Yes, sorry, can you please repeat that? I think I was having some internet issue.
We would just like your overall impression of our meeting tonight, just your feedback.
Oh yeah, it was very, I have a very good feeling over here, and it's a very nice experience, particularly the table topic. mastered the way she asked the question. That was very intuitive. And yeah, that was a very new concept to me. I really like it. And this is the way I use the word also. It's yeah, it's a very proactive attitude, I should say. So overall, my experience is very good. Thank you. And sorry about this internet issue.
That's okay. That's fine. Yeah, no, that's good. No, thank you for picking on that. I mean, I was actually in a meeting, a Toastmasters meeting with some oil and gas industry executives recently. And we actually asked them to come and tell us their story. Interestingly, the feedback that they provided at the end of that meeting was exactly what you said, Soma. They said we need to do more of table topics because that's where we're going to get a lot of value from being a Toastmaster. When you get people to prepare speeches, that's good. It requires a lot of work and stuff, but the table topics, I mean, the reason we do that is because of the dreaded 6-word question when you're in the workplace. And what's that question? You run into your CEO or your COO. What do they typically ask you? What do you do for us? That is the dreaded 6-word question. And your capacity to be ready at any time to respond to that will go a long way depending on how you respond. So thank you very much for that. Next is Zoe. Zoe?
Yes, I really like the meeting. This was my first time. I watched the video once, and I did not expect to have the tabletops. I just thought it was just speakers talking. But I'm really proud of myself for speaking really well during the tabletops. And after that, that's it. Yeah.
Good job. Thank you, Zoe. You actually did amazingly well. Well done. Next on my list here is Shola, and I like Leora to be getting ready. Shola, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. President, and good evening, fellow Toastmasters. This was a hugely positive feeling that I have taken away from this meeting. Just starting from the reception I got from you earlier, Mr. President, despite mispronouncing my name, but you know, up till, I mean, I've attended a few clubs now, and this is by far the largest group that I've seen. I think I'm counting 14 participants right now, plus Anaya, so that's 15. So it's a huge participation. So great credit to you guys for putting this group together. I loved Avi's speech. Some of the information he put out, I am familiar with them, I know them, and it was very refreshing. I actually listened to a speech by Jack Ma where he talked about him, you know, KFC, 21 people applied for a job in KFC. They hired 20 people. He was the only one that wasn't hired, you know, so it was very refreshing to see that. But I don't know why. I just love Jessica's speech. I mean, like, I never take notes, but I had to take notes while you were speaking, and I'm probably going to be stealing your analogy, you know, somewhere with the rubber balls. Unfortunately, I could only get 4. I couldn't get the 5th rubber ball. So if you can share that 5th one, I got work, family, health, spirit, and I don't know what the last one is.
The other one, friends.
Friends, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
my
only one
friends.
rubber ball. One rubber ball is the work. Everything else is glass.
Okay, I think for me, friends will probably be another rubber ball for me. My friends, I can. But I loved it. I loved Jorge's evaluation. It was very thorough, very in-depth. I loved Susan. I loved Christina. I loved all the guests, and just a great positive feeling. And great job, Zohair, if you're still there. I love that you're a high schooler already, you know, trying to make yourself better. So this is awesome. Thank you guys for the opportunity to join you today.
Thank you so much, Shola. That was very good. Next is Leora. Leora, can you please unmute yourself and provide us a brief feedback of your impression of the meeting? Over to you.
This is my first meeting. And so I'm going to refrain from providing you feedback because I don't actually know the procedure to be able to judge or identify what was good and what's bad. It's great to be here and to see all these faces and to learn about Toastmasters. I've been interested in knowing more about Toastmasters for some time, and I am observing that there's a process to the meeting. And so I would like to observe for another meeting before I contribute.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. That was already a contribution. Thank you, Laura, for that. Next on my video going around now is Syed. Syed?
Yes. Thank you very much, Mr. President. Once again, it's a pleasure to join this club. Like I said, I think this is my second or third time. And every time I take so much back from this to my home clubs, home Toastmaster club. So overall, very good job. And I really like how you have so many guests. Ours is a closed club, so we can't have guests. So it's really refreshing to see people coming. And more importantly, what I was impressed is all the 3 table topics, I believe, are taken by guests. So it's really opening your floor for people to come and participate. So thank you very much for that.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Syed. And the last but not the least on our list of guests tonight is John Adeyemo. John, if you can put yourself off mute and provide us your overall impression of the meeting, that would be phenomenal.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. President. It's been a wonderful time to attend today's meeting. I really love everything that has been done. I'm going home with let me say 2 things. It's one from Jessica. You know, I'm made to understand that health is wealth. I've been sick before, and I can really connect with her talk. I can really connect. Health is indeed wealth, and that's made me to have. Her speech made me to lay more importance on that. Then also from Harvey, that you can be successful at any age. That means a lot to me. And also never to give up. Whatever it is that you are doing, don't give up, even though you have not gotten the result yet, but don't give up, just keep at it. So overall, everything is perfect. I really appreciate being here today.
Thank you, John. Appreciate that. Now with that said, before I wrap it all up, we need to announce our winners. And I believe that to do that is Christina, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so Christina, the floor is yours now over the next few minutes to announce the best speaker, the best table topics responder, and the best evaluator. Over to you, Christina.
Ooh. All right. This will be, I'm going to try something different to announce the winners. So please bear with me.
Let me say that Christina is our sergeant at arms, our new sergeant at arms, and obviously she is trying to make an impact on the club.
Thank you. I just need to be able to share the ability to share my screen.
Hold on, I will give you access.
Yeah, you can share. You can share. Green button at the very, yeah.
So I wonder what you can see, which screen, what.
We can see the winner.
You see the winner, which already?
Yes.
Best award is Jessica Sun.
All right.
Best Speaker Award.
Excellent. Good job, Jessica.
And are you able to see the next award?
Yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Best Table Topic Award goes to Assam.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
And Best Evaluator goes to Susan Alley.
All right. Excellent. That's
Next
excellent.
meeting, you'll be better.
No problem. That's good. Great job, actually.
Beautiful.
I mean, this is what we do at the contest level, the area or division contest. So thank you for bringing that to life tonight. Excellent. So with that said, I mean, we started during the last meeting, and we're going to run this through this Toastmaster year. The tonight's shout out moment winner. And that this is someone that did something out of the ordinary. And the presiding officer of each meeting is going to be choosing the shout out moment winner. The shout out moment winner that I'm choosing tonight exhibits confidence, spoke up, despite no experience, because we want to begin using this as an opportunity to continue to encourage high flyers within our club and to also encourage whether guests or newcomers, if they are doing their very, very best. And tonight's shout out moment winner is no one else other than Zoe. Zoe, can you put your hands together for him? He did so well tonight. Thank you so much for speaking with such a confidence as a high schooler. And we want to encourage you to look for opportunities to continue growing. I wish when I was in high school, I had this privilege. I don't know how far I will have gone right now. So thank you so much, Zoe, for everything. So you are a proud shout out moment winner for this club meeting tonight. Well done. In addition to that,
Well
I
done,
know that
Zoe.
Shola asked for, thank you very much, Leora, for your email. I know that Mr. VPM will be taking notes of that. I know you asked for, you are trying to clarify something from Jessica. We have this meeting recorded and it will be posted on YouTube. If anybody wants to watch it again, you will have the opportunity, like Leora, who did not start with her. If you want to watch the entire meeting, you will be able to watch it. I believe our YouTube channel is titled Southwest Project Management Toastmasters Club. And you can go there, just Google it on YouTube, you will be able to find out. And if you can't, please come back, let us know, and we will fish it out for you. Now, as I close the meeting, and I know we've got 1 minute remaining, who's gonna be the Toastmaster? I know that in the month of August, the next officer that will preside over the 2 meetings in August is Dr. Ohe Alba. He has the opportunity to take on other roles, just like I did tonight. We're not limited because we are presiding officer. I just don't want to be the president at every club meeting. So we want to rotate it amongst the officers. So Dr. Alba is going to be a presiding officer for the 2 meetings in August. So please give him your cooperation as you gave me this month. With that said, who would like to be the Toastmaster for the next meeting? Any volunteer? I just need a Toastmaster and a GE. Yes? Who wants to step up? Many thanks to IPP for being a Toastmaster tonight. So I need somebody else. Yes?
I would like to help Dr. Jorge Alba.
Excellent. So you would like to be the Toastmaster?
So Toastmaster, what she has, what he or she has to do.
Yeah, maybe you can join and then somebody will be able to put you through. And maybe if you come to the next meeting, whoever is the Toastmaster, you can watch them. It's not difficult. And you can watch it on YouTube as well. Sorry, Oe.
I was going to recommend Shoma maybe to do your icebreaker at the next meeting.
Oh, next meeting, my
Right.
icebreaker?
You can prepare your icebreaker, and I'll work with you on that one if you want. Since I've been mentoring you, I can work with you on that one.
Okay, very good.
Okay, yeah, I will do that.
So I need a volunteer Toastmaster for the next meeting. Any taker? Going one, going two, going three. Okay, nobody is willing. What about the GE? Okay, Jessica is on vacation. Okay, that's good. We're gonna be thinking about you.
I have a question. I have a question. So when are we meeting next time? What's
I
date?
believe it's on the 10th of August.
It's
10th
always,
of August.
always the second and fourth Wednesday of the month.
Of each month.
Yeah, I just checked my calendar actually and find that I think my kids are getting back on that day from India. If so, then I might not be able to attend because I have to go to airport to pick them up. If not, if they are starting from there on 10th, then I will be fine. Then I will let you, I will let Dr. Alba know by tomorrow.
Okay, thank you very much, Soma. Anyway, in the interest of time, there's no need for me to keep us any longer. Think about it. If you are willing to be the Toastmaster for the next club meeting, as well as the GE and any other functionary role, please just go online or let us know, and then we will set you up. With that said, please don't forget, success does not just happen. They are caused. They are triggered by people. And as we learned tonight, synergy is probably one of the recipes for success. And I want to encourage you over the next 2 weeks, go out there, look for opportunities to synergize with others and trigger success, whether in your life or in their life. With that said, this meeting tonight is hereby adjourned. Thank you all so very much, and see you all in 2 weeks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Akin, do you know if Abby got the contact information for our guest?